Hello and welcome to ArchiCAD interface. In today's video, we're going to be doing a conception of residential apartments. And the first thing we do when we get into ArchiCAD is to be able to set our units properly. And to do that, you navigate to options on your screen, move down to project preference, working units. And we are going to set our units to meters and precision to 2 decimal places. And we're just going to hit OK. We are equally going to set units for our dimensions, which is very important. So we navigate to options, move down to project preference, dimensions. We are going to equally ensure that our unit is set to meters and our precision to 2 decimal places. Once we are done, we click OK. And our project setup is ready. So to design an apartment, we need to start by doing the conception. So we need walls. So we navigate to design, double click on walls. We're going to use the simple basic wall, which is the first one here. Our wall thickness, we want to use a wall thickness of 15 centimeters. So you type in 0.15. And once done, you click OK. Once you click OK, your walls are set to 15 centimeters. So you can start by drawing an apartment. So you can just draw a wall. And this wall is for the parlor. We can draw 5 meters. Then we can continue the wall down this way by 4 meters. And we can just draw the parlor completely. When you draw, you notice your walls are joined. That's because you use the polyline wall. So to be able to explode these, you click on suspend groups here. And you just discover that after clicking, your lines have been separated. So we want to create our rooms. So you just select this wall here, right click, go to move, drag a copy of, let's say, 4.15. That's 4 meters plus wall thickness. Then we are going to connect the wall to the wall of the room. So you click one of the wall, you use shift on your keyboard, you select the other wall and you intersect them. We want our room to be 360 on the width. So we will select, right click, go to move, drag a copy and type in 3.75 plus wall thickness. We are going to click on Control on our keyboard and we trim out the space in the parlor. We equally want to drag a copy so we can have a toilet here. So you right click on the wall, move to move, drag a copy. We are going to type in 1.65, which is the toilet space. Then we are going to intersect these two walls. Another thing we want to do is to be able to create the next room, because an apartment is a parlor, 2 rooms with a kitchen. So we want the room to be 3.60 meters on the width. So we right click on this wall, drag a copy. We are going to type 3.75 so that with the wall thickness, that's 15, will be 360. So we can connect the walls this way, shift and shift here. Then we can equally extend this wall too by using this intersect command this way. We want to create one toilet where these 2 rooms are going to use. So you just select a copy on this wall here, right click, go to move, drag a copy. We are going to drag in 2.65 meters. So type 2.65 on our keyboard, press enter. We'll use the control key and we'll trim off the extra parts. Now we equally want a kitchen for these apartments. So we'll select the wall this way, right click, go to move, drag a copy. So we want our kitchen for this apartment to be 3 meters. So we're just going to type in 3 meters, press enter. We're going to cut off this part. We want this wall of the parlor to extend right to the toilet, so we don't have a small bend here. We're just going to select the wall and delete, and we're going to join this wall to this other wall. So we're just going to click on the 2 walls and use the intersect command up here. But we want our kitchen to be 3 meters, not 3.60 meters. So we're going to select this wall, right click, go to move, drag a copy, type in 3.15, which is 3 meters if you subtract the wall thickness. We're going to trim off the extra parts. So here's our apartment fully created. So we want our parlor to enter from this side. We want 2 rooms with a toilet, and we want a kitchen area here. So one thing we want to do is to create an entrance to this building. So I will select the wall tool, and I'm just going to highlight from here. I'm going to move in, let's say 1 meter, and I'm going to draw the wall of 1 meter. I'm going to form a balcony this way. So here, and I use here, you can notice that the wall is moving outside, so I need an inside wall. So I'll come up here and change from outside to inside, and I'll just draw and complete it. Once done, I'll right click and OK. So I have a balcony here. Here's the entrance to the parlor. Here's the kitchen. Here are 2 rooms sharing 1 toilet. So the next thing we would like to do in this apartment is to place doors, which are very, very important. So we are going to select on doors, and we are going to choose different types of doors. Let's say we want to use the main door. So I like the double door. I'm just going to change the view of the door. I want the door to be with hardwood, and I want it to have this style. I want the handles to be the handle one. I equally want uniform handles for the double doors. I equally want to put outside casing, the case on the outside door, which is very, very important for me. Then I'm going to click on override model with view options. I don't want my door to have lines, so I'm going to close opening lines. And once done, I'm going to change the kind of wood I want to use for my door. So I'll select on wood pine green and try to change it to wall vertical nuts. That's the best type of wood I like for doors. So I'm just going to put all of them to wall vertical nuts. Then on the type of handle, I want it to be still same. One thing I would love to change is nothing, which I'll just click OK. Then I'm going to start placing my door. So I want my entrance door to be 1 meter because it's an apartment. So I'm just going to put 1.0 meters. The seal height of the door, I want it to be 2.20, and I want it to start from 0. So I'm just going to place my door here. And parlor doors are always good to open outside, so just place it outside, such that if there's an incident in the house, people can just rush outside. So the next kind of door I want to place is the normal room doors, and I'll just click on doors, select I like the normal door 27, this door, and I want it to equally be made of wood, and I want this style 15. So I'm just going to select it and move directly to outside casing. Yes, I want it to have outside and inside casing. I want it to have a door handle, which is a knob kind of handle. I equally want to close override options, close opening lines, and change my wood. Like I said, I like wood vertical nut. It's dark and kind of great. The finish of the door is kind of really great, and I'm just going to click OK and place the door. So the door of the first room should open this way, and the door of the second room should open in this way. Then I want the door of the toilet, but I'm going to reduce the dimension. So the door of the toilet, I want it to be 0.80. When you type in 0.8, and I want the door to open this way. Then for the kitchen, I want an open kitchen, so I'm going to use door opening. So I'll click on doors, go to empty door opening. I want to use the rectangular door opening. And I'll go to preview and try to add the height. I want it to start at 2.60, and I want it to be at most 2.50 meters. So I'm going to open my kitchen here, open area, just going to site somewhere around here and place. So my kitchen is directly open to the parlor. Then we are going to ride on to the next aspect, which is placing windows. So, but before we do that, I would like us to see what we have done in 3D. So navigate to 3D view, right click and move to Obit, and you can just Obit and see what you've done. As you can see, this is our entrance door, this is our parlor, this is our kitchen, and we have our 2 bedrooms with the toilet. So we are just going to head on to the 2D plan and place our windows. So the first kind of windows we want to place, we just click on windows, and I like to choose this kind of windows, which is a double window 27. And we're just going to do some basic settings to it so it looks great. So move, we are going to use uniform frame so that the thickness should be the same. Uniform sashes, and I want my sash to be uniform sashes, no V-grid. Window handles, I like to use style 1 or style 2, but I prefer style 2 for this case. And override model view options, we are going to close opening lines. And for the kind of frame, I still like the same woods that I use for door, the walnut vertical. It's dark and it's really good on 3D view. Then on the kind of glass I want to use satin. I like satin glass to use for my windows. Once done, I'm just going to click OK. I'm going to head on to place the window. For the parlor window, I want the C height of the parlor window to start from 0.50 right up to a height of, let's say, 2.5. That's the C height I like, but for this case we are going to use 2.6, so it just passed directly beneath our chaining beam. And we are going to equally put the size of the window. I want the window to be really big, so I don't know the length of this, so we are going to place and try to extend the window. So click on the window, choose a base point on the window and click, and we're just going to right click on any point and extend the window. So I want to place the window this way, I want it to start this way, and I equally want it to end this way. So I want the window that big. And we are equally going to place the window for the room. Preferably I like this direction for the window, but we are just going to place it here so that the window enters directly where we can put our doors. Yeah, let's place the window this way. Another aspect we want to do is to be able to place the window for the kitchen, and I like it centered, so we are just going to place it anywhere around here. Then for the toilet, I want to use the same window, but here the seal height for the toilet will be 1.50, and we are going to put the window to be 0.7 width, and we are going to change it here to be 0.7 height. We are going to place it at the center. So once done, we want to arrange the balcony outside, and to do that we are going to use openings, and I preferably do this in 3D so that I can really get a good view of it. So as you can see, our windows are a little bit taller than the wall because the wall is 3 meters, but to readjust our height we are going to right click on ground floor story, come to story settings. I usually like my ground floor to be at least 3.4 meters, so I have a lot of ceiling height and I really love that. So we are going to check on 3D and we'll see that this is what we are coming out with. So we would like to arrange our balcony, and I like to do that while we are on 3D, and the reason I'm doing that on 3D is so that I can really see what I'm doing beautifully. So To do that, we are going to click on openings, and so on the openings, we are going to choose the circular part, which is under geometry and positioning. We are going to set it to like 2 meters. Just say 2 meters for now, and click OK. So we see 2 meters is really small, so I'll put it 3 meters even and see how 3 meters will look like. 3 meters. Let's set it at 4 meters. Let's say 3 meters 40. 3 meter 40 is too much, and yes, let's put a 3 meter 40 and create an opening. So press O on your keyboard. So that's how I want my entrance to look like, and I want to put some openings this way. So I'm just going to navigate to 2D and try to shift this a little bit. So currently I don't know where it is, but we are going to shift it to here and try to shift it by a fixed distance. Let's type in 0.3, and we are going to put openings this way. The way we are going to do it is we are going to click on openings, and on openings we are going to use this strip here. We're going to put the height to be 3.20, and the openings we want to type it 0.1, right? We want just 0.1s. So we're going to place the openings here. So we'll start the first one here. We are going to ensure that it's at the start of the wall. Then we are going to drag multiple copies. So go to move, drag multiple copies. We are going to put it at let's say 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 8. So as we can see, this one is not complete, so you can just drag a copy and put in 0.2. And we would like to see that in 3D, so just move to 3D. And so when we move to 3D, we discover that there is nothing there, and the reason is because we did not set it well. So we are just going to select on the opening. So hold shift on your keyboard and select the openings. Once you are done, you're going to set the height. So here it's B, which is the base height. We are going to set it at 3 meters, and the height, since it's square, the problem is that the dimensions has been linked. So you unlink the dimensions and you have this properly. So we'll move to 3D, and we can see that our walls are clearly drawn properly. We can see that there's a repetition here, so we have to delete one. We are just going to move on to put the roof, and to do that we are going to select on roof and go to models. I like the pitch of the roof to be at least 30 degrees, and I like to use roof aluminum. So I'm just going to head on multi-geometry plane. I like my offset to be maximum 0.50, and I'm just going to click OK. So we're going to trace the roof. So click on this point, this other point. We're just going to trace around the building. So as we can see, we have a roof formation here. We are going to navigate to 3D and see what we have done. So I want the roof to move up. So it's at 3 meters. I want it to be at 3.40. And equally, I want the roof not to have this design. So I will try to use this such that it's rectangular, and I'd like to add the roof height. It's still short. Let's use 3.6. Yeah, 3.6 is ideal. Another thing we want to do is put our veranda. So we'll just head on here. we want to put railings here, so we are going to click on railings and go to segments. I would like to choose glass panel, while on normal railings I would like to still choose frameless glass. We're going to click OK, and so you can start from this edge and draw it to this edge, and we'll try to view it on 3D. So we have our entrance this way. In the next video, we are going to focus on drawing our foundation plan for this building, so that this building can be a reality. At least a plan with a foundation plan is a good plan, right? So in the next video, we are going to do the foundation plan of this building, so stay tuned.